up to. I think we have a lot of work to do. Our teammates fielding perfectly. Our first team was pretty good. Our second team was right there. Just need to work on a few things. As a team, I think we're coming together as a family, contributing on both sides, competing on both sides, and I think it went well today.
How are you feeling physically? Are you up to game speed yet?
Yeah, it took me a while. I was lacked on the plays, and then my teammates helped me a lot, helped me on my assignments and alignments, and basically got me up to speed, and my conditioning came with it. It was just a great scheme. I mean, my teammates helped me get that. I can't say it was all individual. I mean, it takes 11 guys to make one play, and it just set me up perfect. So,
what plays that you finished?
I just give it up to my teammates and my coaches. The scheme was perfect. Teammates filled in perfectly, and I just came off whatever they gave me.
So is your head swimming? Have you had to learn a lot of things?
Yeah, I had to learn a lot of things in rapid speed. I mean, I had to learn the D-line, the D-end position, and the outside backers on some plays. But my coaches and my teammates were there for me, and I pretty much got it down right now.
So you're kind of like how they're talking about Bobby Wagner. You could be a defensive end, you could be a linebacker, you can move all over different places with alignments, or what?
I wouldn't say Bobby Wagner. I play the D-line, the D-end position, where I have to just conceal the gap. But then on some plays, more likely on solid, or you see me on nickel, I'm a D-end / linebacker. And then on solid, I'm just a linebacker. So it's Coach A's scheme. So it's going pretty well, I should say, right now.
How do you feel about the pass rush at this point?
I'm getting there. I'm getting back. It took me a while just to get my three-point stance rush back. But it's coming along, I would say.
Both quarterbacks, or all the quarterbacks are doing well. I mean, Chuckie's making plays, Adam's making plays. I mean, as of right now, it's like a toss-up. Hopefully one of them, really steps up and shows what they're made of. But they're both doing great, yeah. So whichever one becomes the starter, we'll be good with.
Well, the major thing is defensively, you guys have got to make some plays. That's the one thing I'm talking about. Offense, you guys have got to do that stuff.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we do. We just, we have a lot of new guys. We need to, to sharpen some things up, make sure our gaps and coverages are correct, and then we'll have it good as soon as Auburn comes. We'll be ready to go.
Are you happy about the scholarship and things like that?
Yes, sir. Yep. Feels really good. It's like all the hard work and everything I've done finally paid off, and now we just gotta get it done on the field, and I'll be happy.
How did you feel the defensive effort today was, especially the start? Some of the defense was pretty good.
Yeah, the defensive effort was definitely there. I mean, we had a couple missed assignments, but for our first week, or after our first week, we did pretty good. I thought it was a good scrimmage. We had a lot of people were flying around the ball, and I think it was pretty good.
Obviously, pretty good scrimmage on both sides of the ball. Both sides of the ball made plays, but I think it's something that we can grow from. Both sides of the ball made mistakes, and we'll continue to get better.
What happened on the long run? Did you break a couple of tackles there?
I think it was just a combination of, it was obviously a power play, and, the offensive line did a great job just keeping the push. They had hands on guys. They kept their feet moving, and I just kind of got behind those guys, and I kept my feet moving, and I saw a little bit of a crease there, and just kind of spent into it and broke free.
So the offensive line's doing a good job.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. They've gotten a lot better.
What was your assessment on the quarterbacks today?
They've definitely improved. They've definitely improved from day one. I think both Adam and Chuckie are doing some good things offensively. They've got some things to improve on. I think Chuckie, needs to do a little bit of a better job reading coverages a little bit and, getting correct plays, sitting the right guys in motion, when we run our power plays and stuff like that. But other than that, they did a pretty decent job.
What is your assessment?
I think today we played against the 2 defense. They had some ones on there. It's a confusing defense, overall. Practicing against those guys for the first, 6 practices of this camp. I mean, they bring guys from every direction, and it's hard to pick up those blitzes. But as an offense, we have to continue to watch film to be able to kind of iron those things out, so we can be able to protect the quarterback a little bit better. But as a defense, I think the new scheme that they're doing will help them in the long run.
Yeah, I thought the scrimmage went smoothly, and that's what Coach was looking for. We kept the mistakes to a minimum. I thought both sides made plays. We didn't, expand too much. We didn't throw the ball, too much down the field. But, we completed what we wanted to do, and that was to, look good, look fluent as an offense. And, I thought we accomplished that. Any questions?
What do you feel about the offensive line? How's that group working in front of you with the combination of defense?
I'm growing more and more confident in them every day. Obviously you got Tyler there leading the way, and to have a preseason guy like that with all the hype, and he lives up to it. He leads everything. Anytime even I have a question, I can look down, ask him what he's thinking about the front. We can have a little verbal right before the play, and it leads to a lot of good things. I think you saw. We maybe struggled a little bit at the start on the run game, but once they got into the groove, it really picked up. As you could see, even on Turb's long run, there was a big collision. Obviously, Turb's a great player and made a great play, but the line kept pushing, kept fighting, and led to good things. Guys, good. I thought I did what I wanted to do, and that's no mistakes, no big mistakes. Maybe missed a throw here and there. But ultimately, I thought I played pretty well. Put the ball in the spot. Run footwork was good. We had that deep throw, which not so sure it should have been called back. But it looked good. The ball was there. Like I said, maybe fix a couple of the shorter throws. Maybe put a little bit more on the money. But other than that, I was pretty happy with how I played.
What about the receivers? Are they confident in you and your ability to get them the ball?
Yeah, I think so. They come up to me a lot and give me their support and tell me that they're excited to to have a guy able to spread the ball around. I think we saw it today. We had I think we would have had a touchdown there without the PI. They were out there making plays. Matt looked good, snagged a slant, right off the bat. I think they have all the confidence in me, and I have all the confidence in them. So I think it's a good thing that we have going.
Scrimmage went well today. We had a lot of great plays. We had a few missed assignments that we just got to work on in practice coming tomorrow and look at it on film and just take a big teaching tool from this and learn from all of our mistakes. But overall, it was a good scrimmage. We put points on the board. The defense had some stingy defense, so that's what we really need out of this team. I believe I could have done better, but I know we still made some big plays. My group, I think our second drive, we went 60 yards for a touchdown, so that was a big positive. But you just got to take it one day at a time, look at this film, and assess all of our mistakes.
What happened with Will Davis over there on the
he
sideline?
was just in the way, honestly. I had a little bit of frustration because I felt I didn't play to my potential, but at the same time, it's still football.
Did you you like the change of pace today of not having two-a-days and having a scrimmage and things like that? What does that mean?
I kind of like it. Honestly, I actually like practice. I just like getting out there and competing every day. So being able to come out and do a scrimmage, that was even better because I got to do it in real-life competition and really see how we were doing against the defense. But I loved it. I love the scrimmage.
The rest of the day just watching film of how you did?
Yeah, we're gonna watch film, and I think we have another team meeting. But yeah, we're gonna come back and watch film in the afternoon.
Tell me about this fade run over here on the sideline. What read did you make, and then get everybody faked out?
Coach Baldwin just made an amazing call. Actually, faked it, just kept it. I knew I had to score because it was gonna be our last play, so I had to make it count.
Okay, overall, mission accomplished with the amount of reps we got. We got around probably about 8. Oops, excuse me. Sorry about that. About 85 reps. Got the threes in. Every young man in the program got a rep, so that was one of our goals. Started off with the kicking. The punting was decent. We protected well. The kickers were pretty good. We had a little bit of a lull and about halfway through the practice, but then they came back strong. So I thought both of those young men kicked the ball decently. They were well over 80% on their makes with their field goals, and we took them back to 47 yards. So there's some positives there. If you just break down the offense, the one offense, big play offense, they got the big run by Turbin, the big run by Kerwin, and the big run by Michael, basically. And we need to sustain drives, obviously. We need to get the ball down the field. We need to score in the red zone. we're not tackling the quarterback, so there's going to be ifs and buts, but whatever. You got to score touchdowns when the opportunity presents itself. So that'll be an obvious negative. But to see some big plays come back in the offense is great for us. It was a tremendous play, obviously, by Turbin. Horrible tackling by the two defense at that point, but it is what it is. So that was a big positive, I would say, with the one defense, fairly solid. Overall, did some good things, still got some communication scenarios, and you would expect that after 8 or 9 practices. So flew to the ball well. This tape is very important to us, so we'll see where we sit. And, the backups on both sides, you would really, at the end of the day, you would hope that your one offense and your one defense would have had success today in a scrimmage where you're playing ones against twos. Quarterbacks, before anybody asks the question, this is a very interesting tape to go back and sit back and evaluate. A couple of them made plays here and made plays there, but overall, I would think that they'll come back and play better than they did today in Saturday's scrimmage. I thought in some of the practices they've been a little bit cleaner, a little bit crisper. So for whatever reason, I think we'll improve by next Saturday and just manage the game a little bit cleaner. Lack of turnovers, huge positive for the offense, huge negative for the defense. So in 80 snaps, and I don't believe we had a turnover. And a great defense, in my opinion, gets a turnover every 30 snaps or close to. So we got a long ways to go in that area, getting the ball out. But obviously, with ball security is a positive on the offensive side, and that's a big part of managing the football game. Administrative penalties, had 3 or 4 administrative penalties that were tough to deal with. We jumped off sides one time down there in the red zone that backed up the offense and made it hard for them, and we got them backed up on offense, and we jump off sides on defense. So administrative penalties, you have to keep those in a minimum to be able to win football games.
Do you plan on announcing a quarterback situation after the Saturday's game?
I would really like to make it and get this thing solidified and figured out by the next scrimmage, and we'll go back and look at this tape and see how practice goes for the next few days. But this race has got to come to an end soon, and we'll figure out exactly where it is with Alex and his health right now. As you guys know, Alex wasn't here today, and so he needs to. Alex needs to get better. So Alex is not in this race in any way, shape, or form at this pace. At this point, it's a 2-man race, and we'll see where it goes.
What is? Can you say anything about his health?
He's just, he's trying to come off those tonsils, and there's a lot that goes into being a Division I quarterback sometimes that can be a little bit overwhelming. But getting your tonsils out, losing 20 pounds, there's a lot of things to go through. And bottom line is, I care about Alex Hart as a person a lot more than I care about Alex Hart as a quarterback. So I want to make sure that when we get him back out on this field, and if and when we do, that he's ready to play.
What is your assessment of the pass rush at this point, especially with Bojay there on the end?
Bojay had a nice move today, and I think he's starting to feel a little bit more comfortable. It's key for these JC kids on defense now to take the next step. And, Bojay gives us a different dynamic. Al gives us a different dynamic. Jamani being out there, and Terrence, this next few days for those young men to all of a sudden not have to be looking to see what's happening and start reacting and play fast. I think it'll make us a better defense and a faster defense. So it was cleaner today. We asked the coaches on both sides to really walk away and let the kids play. And, I'm not going to tell you I thought we had great emotion out here today, but 9 days into camp, it's a grind now. Their legs are sore. We had a brutal two-a-day yesterday. It was a hard morning practice, and we came right back out here on the turf where it was probably well over 100 and ground them hard in the afternoon. They got them up early this morning and brought them in here. So that is a grind, but that's where I believe you get your toughness from, and I thought we reacted well to that. But the JC kid development, JC young man's development on offense and defense, Chuck Jacobs, he's a talented player. He's very dynamic. Didn't show up today, and we got to find a way to, if he's a dynamic football player, then you better get him the football, and he is. So it's his responsibility to get in the playbook and completely understand it. It's also our responsibility as coaches to get him prepared to be able to get in play.
So is it Thompson and Howder?
Yes, right now. Nick has a little bit of a quad. I think he'll come back in and kick next week. He was kicking good at the first of the week, and he's been out for a couple of days with a quad. We don't want to get it worse, but the longer he sits out, the more separation there is. So right now that may have been a 3-man race on last week, Wednesday, Thursday. But as we proceed in this direction, Howder's getting a lot better. His field goals is trajectory on his field goals is much improved. He's got the long leg on the field goals to get it out, and Josh is competing every single day. So that right now is settled into a two-man race, and Nate Needham is doing a tremendous job of snapping, and this can't be underemphasized. The fact that his true freshman has walked into that setting, or redshirt freshman has walked into that setting and taken over those duties. That's big for us to have a freshman there for 4 years.
What are you looking at the cornerback spot with Jumani and Terrence, like Keaton, and the free safety spot, Terrell and
Yep. Well, right now, Jumani and Terrence are exactly what you say. They're fighting for that spot. Now, there's a nickel spot there too, which we play a ton of. Quentin Bird's going to be involved in that fight. So those are really, I would say, our top 4 corners as we go through it right now, and we'll see when Cameron gets back. But that'll continue to be an open race, and see who can come in and who is really going to develop themselves as the nickel. The nickel has to be a little bit of a commander of the defense. There's times when he has to set the strength. There's times when he has to tell people where he is and really be a little bit more than just sit out there and be told what to do and then play with his abilities. He has to communicate. So we need a young man to step up there, and those Nevin's fighting for that job, and so is Terrence, and so is Jumani. So Nevin obviously is going to be on the field somewhere. And at the free safety position, the key is to get Terrell and get McCade on the field.